The Region 5 RDC honored close to 30 females on the occasion of International Women's Day last Monday. Details in this report.
The Women's Affairs Committee of the Region 5 RDC hosted its International Women's Day ceremony on Monday, March 8 at the Lachman Singh Primary School's auditorium. A number of women across the Mahaica-Berbice region were recognized for their sterling contributions towards the development of Region 5 and by extension Guyana. Regional Executive Officer Ms. Genevieve Blackman, during her address, gave a background to the Women's Day observance.
The campaign for change started to become more vocal when 15,000 women marched through the streets of New York City demanding short hours, better pay, as well as voting rights, because back then women weren't allowed. In 1909, the first Women's Day was observed across the United States. In 1910, an international conference of working women was held in Copenhagen, Denmark. Every year, different countries began to observe Women's Day until it was fully accepted by the UN in 1975. So it took us a long time. It took us from 1909 until 1975 for women to be recognized and have a Women's Day. On this day, it is my wish that all women across the world will be treated equally. And let me just tell you, happy International Women's Day from myself, from the RDC, and from all the women in the region.
The Regional Vice Chairman, Mr. Ryan Peters, also added the importance of recognizing women.
We would have traveled a far way as we strive to ensure that our women folk enjoy the equality that we speak to in our society. Undoubtedly, we can no longer question the contribution of our female folks, but perhaps we need to acknowledge them more often.
Regional Education Officer Ms. Dionlyn Lewis was the guest speaker at the forum.
The day not only brings us to look back on the progress made by women in all walks of life, but also to call for change and to celebrate acts of courage and determination by women and girls in the world and especially in Guyana, who has played an extraordinary role in the history of their communities. How many of us here in this audience have taken note of such persons? International Women's Day is a focal point in the movement for women's rights. It serves as a reminder for people to stand up for equality and freedom of and for women.
She went on to advocate for women to stand against violence.
Let us take the opportunities to address issues such as violence against women in all forms, abuse of women and girls, and marginalization of women. It is time for action, women. It is time we take action so that women are involved in decision-making processes which will fully place them in position of leadership to realize inclusivity, equality, and sustainable future. International Women's Day is symbolic to the historical journey women around the world has taken to better their lives.
Close to 30 women were honored by the Region 5 RDC on International Women's Day as they received plaques and a floral arrangement. Narima Ali, Channel 8 News.